Caution, do not try this at home unless you are qualified.
Remember being introduced to the best board game in the world? Well, it's causing us a few problems. Your average board game can be stored in pretty much any regular shelf around the house.
But when you've got a beast of a board like this one,
it's pretty difficult to find a suitable storage space. I mean, of course you could squeeze it behind a cupboard or a door, but
not without the risk of damaging the board, the wall, or your foot.
But more importantly, the board. So we decided to draw up a list of potential solutions for safely storing the Carrom board
without 1. Damaging the board, and 2. Anything the board would inevitably rest on.
And whilst the maintenance and care of the Carrom board took priority,
we decided to build the best storage facility for the best board game in the world.
This was going to be a big task, and if we were to complete the job successfully, we'd need to be well organised
and plan the operation in as much detail as possible.
So here are the steps.
Step 1. Make the frame for the glass.
Step 2. Make a support frame for the Carrom board.
Step 3. Sanding and painting.
Step 4. Put the legs on.
Step 5.
Does it fit? Step 1. Make the frame for the glass. In order to make the frame, we first measured each plank of wood to 92 centimeters, marked a 45-degree angle at the end of each plank, and then cut it using a table saw.
After that, we needed to create very specific gaps in between the planks called grooves.
However, the table saw didn't allow us to adjust the height of the blade, which was important for making the grooves.
So using planks of wood, we reduced the height of the blade and created the grooves alongside the length of the wood.
After that, using a spare piece of wood, we created a jig which helped to make pocket holes for the screws to tighten and hold the frame together.
Step 2. Making the support frame for the Carrom board. After the frame for the glass was completed, we put it together and then screwed everything in place.
We then centered the Carrom board in the middle of the frame, created an equal outline, and started measuring long wooden planks to create the support frame. Next, we placed another wooden plank above to create the ledge for the Carrom board to slide in. And finally, we drilled holes and screwed it all together. It was finally taking shape. All that was left was sanding down, painting, and adding the legs.
Step 3. Sanding and painting.
Before painting, we gave the surface a quick sand down to make sure it looked nice and smooth.
Then we started painting a thin layer of black over the surface, which we rubbed off to give a rustic burnt effect. Finally, for protection and some shine, we sprayed down the board with clear lacquer.
Step 4. Put the legs on.
It was now time to put the legs on. After carefully flipping over the board, we put the legs on in each corner, screwed them down, struggled to put on the rubber caps, and flipped it back over.
Step 5. Does it fit? This was the moment of truth. Our hard work had come down to this very moment. Was the board going to fit in between the planks of wood we so tirelessly put together?
Of course it did.
It fit perfectly.
So here it is.
The best storage facility for the best board game in the world. Now to you and me, it might just look like an ordinary coffee table, but hold on a minute. It's far from just an ordinary coffee table.